You drink too much and you wobble out in the street, you endanger yourself. All the police here are sensitive and want you to have a good time, and Fort Lauderdale for this year is over. The action is at Daytona Beach. Maybe even the Bahamas. Over for you.
I'm born and raised down here my whole life.
Tell us about it. Let the man speak. Yeah.
And each year it's depleted each year. For some reason whether it be the
Well,
cops.
it's not too hot. I mean, am I wrong? People were getting killed here, falling off balconies.
Yeah.
Talking about we had 2 deaths here, maybe 4 in the whole state. This whole thing is blown completely out of proportion.
I agree with him 100%. He's got it all right. Y'all are great. Come on back down.
Get to you in a moment. We're in Fort Lauderdale, and we'll be back in a moment.
Here's your ticket to get away anytime, any place. Depend on Myers Campers, a real support team of trained professionals to get you going with Myers' annual Carriage and Carry Light Buyer Sale, April 24th through 26th. Your best selection of Carriage and Carry Light RVs. And for 3 days only, low sale prices clearly marked on all units. Be there Friday through Sunday, April 24th through 26th. Myers Campers, Caledonia, just 10 minutes west of 390 South on Route 5. Myers, that's the ticket.
Shop around for floor covering. Go ahead. I dare you to find a better price anywhere than at Idland Carpet. I'm Gary Idland, and not only will I beat any competitor's price, I'll offer you a guarantee no one else can match. A lifetime installation guarantee, plus an unconditional guarantee of satisfaction. If you're not satisfied with your new carpet for any reason, notify us within 15 days and we'll replace it. Go ahead and shop the competition. Then come to Idland Carpet this month, when the bargains are better than ever. Idland Carpet 1, where the difference is our guarantee.
Cable TV makes sense to me.
Introducing Festival. Quality entertainment the whole family will enjoy. Movies with strong plots and characters, not excessive violence or offensive language. True-to-life documentaries, music and comedy specials. Enjoy cable TV and Festival for only $19.95 a month. Save $20 on your connection and receive 2-for-1 airfare on Continental Airlines. Call GRC 987-6300.
Television that makes sense. I found a product I really like, and I want to tell you about it. It's Softkins, the personal cleansing wipe from Scott. You use them with your bathroom tissue. Softkins are pre-moistened, so they cleanse you better, which is especially important if you're irritated or chafed or if you itch. And because they're pre-moistened, they feel better. You know, more comfortable. Try Softkins.
Softkins, personal cleansing made comfortable.
We're back. You won the bikini contest, did you?
Yeah, I did.
At Summers.
Yesterday.
And you are?
Sherry.
Sherry. And you won too? You tied or what?
So this is my friend.
Oh, this is your friend. Oh, I see. How's this work? You just walk out there and they applaud, or who decides?
Yeah, the audience. The audience applauses for the girl I like the best.
I see. Are you from the area?
Well, I'm from upstate, but I live down here now.
You're a Floridian who comes here for the spring break.
Yeah, I just got back yesterday.
Well, you're certainly very, very attractive young women, and I thank you for coming over to say hello to me. Let me chat with the press. Hold it. Here's the press. So you better be suspicious. Right. You're Bob
Steinbeck.
Bob Steinbeck from the Miami Herald, and you're from the Fort Lauderdale News and Sun Sentinel, and you're Bill Kelly. What's the story here, guys? Business is down, first of all, right?
Right.
What happened?
I think backlash against all the headlines nationwide about what was going on supposedly at spring break. The residents didn't like it, formed committees, that sort of thing, and other tourist areas decided to cash in on the action, and they took over where Fort Lauderdale had once been publicizing itself.
So when the lid came on, other areas along the strip here, including Daytona Beach, decided to
wind up waiting to cash in on the action. Yeah. You got Miami Beach, which is dying. They're trying to get teenagers down there, college students.
So we really have a very interesting economic story here, in addition to a sociologist could have a field day down here. What's your read on this, Mike?
I think what happened was that the spring break from 1985 was very compressed. It was only 4 weeks long. It was a record-breaking spring break in terms of the number of students that came, and the city, a lot of the major people in the city decided they wanted to just put a lid on it. They wanted to control it, but what I think happened was that they overshot it. I think they thought it was going to take 4 to 5 years maybe to cool things down. But what happened after last year with all the changes that came, word spread across campus. Everyone said Fort Lauderdale is going to give you a hard time. It's not the same in Fort Lauderdale. It's more expensive in Fort Lauderdale. And the kids started looking for alternatives.
And also, you had fewer ads in college papers promoting the area, isn't that so?
Well, places like Daytona, the actual economic machine there, the county, for example, would take out ads in college newspapers and so on. They haven't done that in MTV also. Right. They haven't done that in Fort Lauderdale since, I believe, 1984.
Now, there have been some horror stories down here now, so that we're not just, I don't just look like a guy who's a middle-aged guy complaining about the young people's behavior.
But it's the old story. Bad news gets reported.
Hang on a minute.
Bad news gets reported. There were a couple of deaths. You get people that can't handle liquor. But whether that's the majority or the minority, that's what's going to get reported. Also, I think they really failed to account for word of mouth among the students who said, I didn't have a good time last year. Why should I go back?
So where are we now then? Obviously, you've got a merchant community that wants to promote business. You've got a residential community that wants everybody to have a good time, but feels very much challenged or inconvenienced by this kind of...
You've also got a residential community that doesn't live on the beach and is aware of the tax dollars that are brought in. Everybody's concerned about kids getting hurt and things like that, but you do have a large county in which people don't live on the beach and aren't immediately affected by whether somebody drops a beer can in front of his house.
Are there vacancies in the hotels down here?
Yes, absolutely. There you can walk along the street right behind the strip here and see vacancy signs, which is unprecedented.
Now, I assume that there are civic efforts to rally the area from an economic...
What is taking place now is that a number of business people, with the help of some of the city government people, are trying to repackage and essentially remarket the entire beach so that it will, even during the height of the season, it will appeal to adults, to families. And interestingly, one of the people behind it is one of the owners of the bars right here on the strip. They're really trying to, they want to create an atmosphere where college students can still come, but where they may not necessarily just dominate or...
how many arrests in '85? Do you have any idea?
I believe there were 900.
Yeah,
900 people arrested? Yeah. Now, that was the big final we've had it kind of year, wasn't it?
That was the year of the police reports, which you couldn't even quote in the newspapers.
Now, there have been deaths out here, haven't there? Pedestrian deaths.
There weren't last year. I believe before that there were.
And people have fallen off of balconies here.
A couple, yeah.
Right. And things have gotten out of hand at wet T-shirt contests, etc.
Exactly.
A lot of vulgarity that you tell me you can't even print in your paper.
Yeah, but there's a lot of vulgarity occurring everywhere, not just related to kids.
And it is a small percentage of the...
And plus another thing you have to keep in mind is that a lot of it, I've spoken at length with the MC of that show, John Terry, who was the one who was thrown in jail for 90 days after that. He pointed out that a lot of those things were simulated, and that when things got out of hand, he would try to control it, that he really feels that it was just something, that he was made a target to make a point.
They needed a scapegoat.
All right. Will Fort Lauderdale rally?
They want the yuppies, whether they can attract them, and in addition...
Older people, you mean?
With money to spend.
They want the kids who came here 5 years ago.
Kind of calm down a little.
I see. We'll be back in just a moment. Thank you both, gentlemen.
Sometimes your skin gets so dry you can scratch the word dry right on your hand. And the drier your skin, the more you need Vaseline Intensive Care Lotion. It soothes and starts healing dry skin on contact. That's today's Vaseline Intensive Care.
Some people think swabs are all the same, but you know Q-tip swabs are soft and safe, with 50% more cotton at the tip. Q-tip's brand cotton swab. because a swab by any other name is not the same.
Sausages.
Dogs in search of the ideal snack.
Sausages.
What is that special treat?
Sausages.
We know they love to snitch a snack. We know they love to sneak a sausage, so...
Sausages.
That's it. Sausage-style snacks.
Sausages.
Made with meat, a hearty taste, a healthy chew, and voila, the ideal snack.
Sausages.
But what will we call them?
Sausages.
Doggy snacks?
Sausages.
Little saucies?
Sausages.
Sausages? Kennel ration sausages? Scrumptious sausage-style snacks for dogs.
Through all the years, through the smiles, through the tears, we're here by your side. We make American dreams come true. We put the green in the red, white, and blue. We're North Star, and we're here to serve you.
Notice how some plastic wraps seem to have a mind of their own. How they don't seem to cling where you want them to. Well, Reynolds plastic wrap clings better than any other plastic wrap, and it clings where it's supposed to cling. So get Reynolds plastic wrap before yours gets out of hand.
If you're in the market for a patio, porch, or deck enclosure, there's something you should know. Our competition will tell you that Patio Enclosures Incorporated does nice work, but that we're expensive. The fact is, Patio Enclosures Incorporated does beautiful work, but we're not expensive. So if you're in the market for a patio, porch, or deck enclosure, why gamble on what the competition says? Remember, it costs no more to own a genuine patio enclosure.
The only patio enclosure.
We're back. This is a police vehicle. I know that because it says City of Fort Lauderdale Police. Sergeant, do you mind if I chat just a second here? You call this the ultimate pursuit vehicle?
Yeah, yes, Pursuit 1 they call it.
Now, this is a cruiser dune buggy.
Yes, it is.
Do you actually deploy this thing?
We use it mostly as a PR instrument. It tracks people. You can develop a dialogue.
You can. Sergeant, we have done no real research on this, and I bring no prejudice to what I know is a very complicated assignment you've got here. But I don't know about this for public relations. It's got a kind of a Third Reich look about it. You know what I mean? It looks, I can't imagine it being used in any kind of productive way.
It looks like a Mad Max type vehicle.
Yeah.
And it attracts a lot of attention. They come over, they'll talk about it, they ask questions about it.
Right. Sergeant, they're talking about you out on the beach, and I'm sure you're not surprised about that. They're talking about the police lots of places, especially young people. I've already said that I know your job is complicated, but some of these young people think they're being roughed up unnecessarily. How do you feel about those?
It's subjective. You know, nobody likes to be told what to do, and that's basically the problem. When you tell anybody what to do, especially they're down here to have a good time, and we like to see them to have a good time. We would just like them to stay within civilized parameters.
Right. But apparently the lid came on so fast that business really dried up in a very dramatic way. This is a very, very off season for what has been the most popular resort activity for young people in America.
Well, there's a lot of factors to take and consider. One was the publicity. Fort Lauderdale hasn't publicized since 1984. The other thing is Easter fell so late this year. You have a 10-week season instead of a 5-week season that you normally have. So you don't have the concentrations of people that you're going to have. And on top of it, we do not allow drinking on the public street or out in the open anymore.
Right. And you can I eat a hamburger walking down the sidewalk?
Sure, you can eat a hamburger.
Yeah, no, wait a minute. Hold it just a second. Is Frisbee allowed on the beach?
Throwing of any objects is not allowed on the beach because you have a lot of sunbathers out there. People lay down in the sun. They have a right to expect not to be trampled on.
We're in Fort Lauderdale. Thanks, Sergeant, and we'll be back in just a moment.
They said it could never happen here in England, that nothing could ever replace the taste of butter fresh from the farm. But amazingly enough, this nation of butter lovers has turned to a product called Krona. Today, Krona outsells every single brand of butter made in England. Could anything ever replace butter in America? We'll soon know, now that the American version of Krona is available in the United States.
New Krona, every bit like butter, but it costs much less.
We want fish sticks that come out of a microwave crunchy, not soggy.
That's why we created new Gorton's microwave crunchy fish sticks and fillets.
But are they crunchy?
They're mild white fish with no preservatives.
But are they crunchy?
Packed in Gorton's advanced microwave containers.
But are they?
So they come out crunchy.
That's what we've been waiting for.
Trust Gorton's for fish the way you want it. New Gorton's microwave crunchy and regular crunchy. The same great fish cooked however you want.
$99 installation. Today at Clover Home Leisure Centers, make your best deal on any round above-ground pool, then sit back and relax because we'll do the rest.
That's right. For just $99, we'll do the initial site work and leveling. We'll assemble the pool and install the liner. Plus, every pool in stock is sale priced and ready to go.
Buy a 24-foot round pool like this for under $600. Buy today, and the installation is just $99.
At Clover Home Leisure Centers, Irondequoit and Brockport.
Hang on a minute. Let me just give me a second here. Look who's here. Louisiana State is here. Pace University, Seton Hall, New York Institute of Technology, the University of Montreal is here. University of Kansas, Brandeis came, Queens College, Long Island University, Mercy College is here. Keene College, the University of New Orleans, Polytech. Gentlemen, look what we got here. Step aside, let them see this. Step aside here, gentlemen. Get up a second, I want to show it. Now, what is this? A party couch. You got a built-in stereo here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the way to have a good time. Yeah.
I lived here 15 years ago after I moved from Connecticut here as a student. And we have to remember, when they passed these restrictions and these new laws, you made an observation earlier about how we lose our freedoms every time we
also get killed if we don't have some kind of law and order. We're back to the same agony that America's been struggling with since the 60s.
As we have increased population, there's going to be more accidents. We have to understand that. And I have a question for the people in Fort Lauderdale who passed these restrictions. Aren't they the people that raised up these young women and men that are here today?
Yes, and we better get this in. Most of the people who come here behave responsibly. No one is here to say that you've got some sort of innate evil about you. You're all very nice people. The problem is there are apparently too many of you, too much alcohol, too much loud music, too much, and what happens is a mob energy begins to take over and you scare people.
Phil, we're from Buffalo Medical School, and let me tell you, this is absolutely necessary. I mean, anxiety builds up. You need to release it 1 week, get it all out, and you're good for another whole year.
Anxiety. Let me ask the man. Yeah. How old are you before the anxiety doesn't build up anymore? I'm asking a medical student.
You're never too old. I mean,
really? All of us, no matter how old we are, we need maybe a week to just kind of blow it out. Is that it?
I recommend it for everybody. My dad's a psychiatrist, and he recommends it.
Are there any women here that want to say anything?
Hello, Marlboro, New Jersey. Hi, Hofstra.
That's it? That's it.
No, Fort Lauderdale. If it wasn't for that wall, before they put that wall up, we had no problems. When they put that wall up and restricted people, it is. It's like being in a jail, and people can't.
Brian, show them the wall. Before they put the barrier and fence up, people who had too much beer were stumbling into the street, and you know what happened. So, I mean, this is an act of love. It's not the best looking thing in the world, but it's better than dead.
Yeah, I know, and painting it was great. I love the way that people painted it, but it's like, it's a barrier. It's holding them back, and it feels like...
I mean, we don't want to hold you back.
They're only hurting themselves because a lot of these kids are not going to be back next year. Because they have too many rules and college kids don't like rules.
They're making so much money from us, and they're just trying to kick us off.
You think so? Yeah. All right.
Shooters, and I'll tell you, they say the season is 3 times as worse than it was any other year. And when I drive home, there's so many police out there. All the cars they pull over from Florida, and it's out on the streets back there. None of the police are up. Well, they're here, but I'm saying on the streets, the people that live here don't know how to drive. Right here.
I'm from Croton Falls, New York, and have 4 teenagers here, and I have no qualms letting them out tonight, wandering around.
Yes, but your mama's here. That's different. Most mothers aren't.
But I'm not going out with them. They wouldn't like that.
At least you're in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? It's a little scary when you pick up the paper and read that something has happened.
I fully agree.
You got a loved one down here.
I fully agree.
Hey, California. I was there 2 years ago. It was great. I said, look, I heard stories that it was pretty ridiculous now, but I said, I want to come back. I want to see how it is.
Yeah, how is it?
It's still great, but 2 years ago, it was greater. I came here from California. We should be in Palm Springs.
I've been here.
Let this young woman make her point.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I live here in Fort Lauderdale.
Yes,
I have
come on over here where we can see.
I have 2 children.
Spread it out there so we can see. Let this young woman make her point. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Well, I promise we'll get you on TV. You can even wave to your mother. Just give me a second. Yeah.
I have 2.
Hang on. Give me just a moment. Just give me a moment. Yes.
Hi, I have 2 children, and I've been here for 6 years. I work in the shop across the street called Casual Air.
Right.
I stand there, and I come in contact with a lot of these kids.
You want to get down just a moment, please? Yeah.
These are kids from good families. What kind of kids, what kind of families are able to afford to send their kids to college? What kind of kids can take their mother's and father's credit card and come down here for a week or 2 of a good time? These are not...
What's your point?
My point...
Let her make her point, please. We're running out of time.
My point is that these are good kids from good families. And these are kids, if they like it here, they're going to come down here and they're going to settle here. Here.
All right, here. Hold it just a moment. Hold it a moment. All right, everybody. Hi, Mom. Say hi.
Since this taste test proved that Diet 7-Up tastes better than the other leading diet drinks, it's been awfully hard to find. I know.
Diet 7-Up.
For the special occasions in your life and the everyday ones, Baskin-Robbins will make a very special ice cream cake just for you. Baskin-Robbins, the heart of any celebration.
This week, save on Coke products. 2 6-packs, just $3 plus deposit. At Wegmans, where every day you get our best.
Have you ever thought about working in a hospital? A laboratory? A doctor's office? The medical field needs trained people now. At the Stratford School, we're training people to meet those needs. What are you waiting for? Call this number. For a free brochure on a career in the health field, call 244-1290. That's 244-1290. Call now.
Bowling is definitely back. Remember the fun, the excitement, the good times. It's a great way to get good friends together and let the good times roll. Spring leagues are forming now, so get in on the fun. There's a Bowling Corporation of America bowling center near you. For more information on spring bowling leagues, call a Bowling Corporation of America bowling center. Brighton Bowl, Panorama Bowl, Terrace Garden Lanes, Dewey Garden Lanes in Rochester, and Town and Country Lanes in Geneva. Join a spring bowling league today and have a ball.
Center for Youth Services offers a helping hand and a kind ear. Free confidential counseling and emergency housing for teens. Call 271-7670. Put things into place with a little help from the Center. 271-7670.
You know, we really have a bind here. As you know, we used to allow you to drink when you were 18. And when we did that, highway deaths went up. So now we're back to 21, and Florida, as I don't have to tell you, is incrementally working up to 21. You now have to be, as I understand it, 20 years and 9 months to drink. I don't know how. You know, you have to have a computer to card you, to find out how old you are. It used to be here in Fort Lauderdale, there were beer promotions all along the beach. They've generally evaporated. There are, however, come on, get up there, they see you. Bud Light. This is... Let me just... Ladies and gentlemen, we have very little time. We'll have a couple minutes left. Are you... Let me just tell you... Hold it one second. Let me tell you what they're saying about you out there. You are apolitical. Translated, you don't give a damn about anything topical. You don't vote. You don't vote. We vote. You know, we can die, but we can't drink. What do you...
We're in college, of course. We're not apolitical. We're in college. We're intelligent. We're learning things, you know? Come on. You're supposed to live your life the way you want to, not the way other people tell you to.
But you don't work for the political...
We work all year long in college, and we should deserve 1 week off.
Right, are we supposed to come down here and do political debates on the beach? No, we're supposed to have a good time.
When you go back home, you'll still be apolitical. Do you care? Yeah. Do you have a favorite candidate in the '88 presidential race?
Jack Kemp.
Jack Kemp. You're for Jack Kemp. Be careful. I'm sorry. Now, who is Spuds? Spuds is the Budweiser person. Yeah. How do you feel about that charge? That you're just sort of in for yourself and a good time, and there's no interest in the democratic process. Have you heard this before?
Propaganda. It's all propaganda.
All right. I'll tell you what, friends. We have only about a minute left. Listen to me. The camera is over there. Hi, Mom. Please accept our gratitude for the way you cooperated with us here on the beach. It's been an experience for all of us. We believe you that you are all good people. We also think Fort Lauderdale is a wonderful place to visit, to be a tourist, or to be a resident. We have attempted to just raise the curtain a little bit on the conflict here between the rights of students and the rights of those citizens who lived here and are worried about your well-being. Not an unimportant factor in this equation are the merchants, many of whom have spent a lot of their own money and their hard work to make businesses work here. They'd like Fort Lauderdale to be what it used to be without all the agony. And maybe what we're doing is working in an evolutionary way toward that day. We thank you very much for being with us, and we hope you have a good time.
Services provided and promotional fees paid by the following.
The 740 Turbo Wagon by Volvo. Until Ferrari builds a wagon, this is it.
An assortment of long-lasting True Value alkaline batteries will power your flashlights, tape players, calculators, and more. Available from True Value hardware stores.
Well, let's do the vouchers and get out.
Now, stay tuned as Sally asks, can eating food in certain combinations really change your life?
JCPenney presents the Hoover Clean Sale and some very good reasons why you need this handy electric Hoover Quick Broom. So portable, lightweight, and powerful. Now just $39.99. This deluxe Hoover convertible upright with powerful 4.8 amp motor and full-time edge cleaning, deep cleans for only $89.99. And this powerful Hoover Spirit power nozzle canister with 2.2 peak horsepower motor complete with attachments can tackle your